You stand up from your chair, but your legs hesitate like they have forgotten how to support you. Maybe it is not pain. Maybe it is something quieter, a subtle shift that you almost miss until one day you cannot carry groceries like before or reach the top shelf without leaning. At first, you might blame it on age or think your balance is just off today. But what if your body has been giving you signs for months and you just did not recognize them? Most people over 65 do not realize they are losing muscle until it is already affecting their independence. It is called muscle loss, sarcopenia, and it begins silently, without warning. But here is the hopeful part. You do not need gym memberships, intense workouts, or expensive supplements. Sometimes the answer is something familiar, sitting right in your refrigerator. Today, I am going to show you how 3 simple cheeses can quietly rebuild your strength, protect your balance, and help you feel like yourself again. This is not about eating differently. It is about eating wisely and consistently, and it all starts with the next bite. Most people think that losing strength after 65 is just a natural part of getting older, but the truth is, it is not just aging. Your body is reacting to years of small changes that slowly add up every decade after 50. You can lose up to 5% of your muscle mass, even if your weight stays the same. What is worse, this decline happens quietly, without pain, without warning, until one day you realize your legs feel tired just walking across the room. This condition has a name. It is called muscle loss, sarcopenia, and it affects millions of seniors, often without them knowing. The signs start small. You struggle to rise from a low couch. You avoid stairs whenever possible. You grip the rail a little tighter than before. Maybe you even skip walks because you feel too tired or too slow. These are not just signs of aging. They are your body's quiet alarm bells telling you that muscle is disappearing and strength is slipping away. The most frustrating part, it often has nothing to do with how much you eat. It has everything to do with what, when, and how your body uses protein. Most older adults eat only one big protein meal at dinner and small amounts at breakfast and lunch. But research shows that your muscles respond better when protein is evenly distributed throughout the day, especially after waking and after movement. In fact, a study from Tufts University found that older adults who consumed at least 25 grams of protein at each meal experienced significantly less muscle loss over time, yet the average senior only gets around 8 to 10 grams at breakfast, which is far too low to trigger the muscle building process. Without enough high-quality protein early in the day, your body continues to break down muscle for fuel, especially after the overnight fast while you sleep. Then there is the issue of digestibility. As you age, your body becomes less efficient at absorbing protein, especially from dense sources like red meat or heavy stews. Your digestive system slows down. Your appetite may change, and chewing tougher foods may become more difficult. Even if you eat enough protein, your body may not be able to use it effectively. That is why easy to digest, high-quality proteins become so important. After 65, this is where cheese becomes your secret ally. The right types of cheese offer 3 key benefits. First, they are rich in complete protein, meaning they contain all the amino acids your muscles need to rebuild. Second, they are often easier to chew and digest compared to meats. Third, they can be paired with other nutritious foods in meals you already enjoy. But not all cheeses are created equal. Some are high in sodium or saturated fats and offer very little protein in return. Others, when selected carefully, provide exactly what your muscles need to rebuild and stay strong. That is why today we are focusing on 3 specific cheeses that are uniquely effective for rebuilding muscle after 65. Each one plays a different role. One works slowly through the night to protect your muscles while you sleep. One is packed with calcium and easily absorbed protein to support function and strength. And one acts fast, delivering fuel to your muscles right when they need it most, especially after movement or light exercise. You do not need to change everything about your diet. You just need to understand what your muscles are asking for and give it to them in the right form. These 3 cheeses do exactly that, naturally and deliciously. Are you ready to meet the cheeses that can help you fight sarcopenia and rebuild strength starting today? Let's start with a cheese that may surprise you. You have probably seen it in the back of your fridge or on a shelf at the grocery store and thought of it as part of old diet plans. But for seniors trying to regain strength, cottage cheese is one of the most powerful tools available. What makes cottage cheese so special is not just its high protein content, though that matters. A single half-cup serving of low-fat cottage cheese contains 14 grams of protein and only 81 calories. That means nearly 70% of its calories come from protein, making it one of the most efficient muscle-supporting foods for older adults. But it gets even better. Cottage cheese is also rich in leucine, a branch-chain amino acid that plays a key role in muscle growth. Think of leucine as the ignition switch that tells your muscles to start rebuilding. Your aging body needs more leucine than it used to, especially if your goal is to prevent muscle loss. Each half cup of cottage cheese gives you over 1 gram of leucine, which is about 1/3 of what older adults need at each meal to stimulate muscle repair. Another benefit of cottage cheese is its texture. For seniors who struggle with chewing or who have dental issues, soft and creamy foods are far easier to enjoy. Cottage cheese can be eaten plain, mixed with berries, blended into smoothies, or even stirred into soups or dips. Some people add it to scrambled eggs or use it as a high-protein topping for toast. It adapts easily to both sweet and savory meals, making it one of the most versatile ingredients in your kitchen. But there's one more reason. Cottage cheese is a muscle-building superstar. The protein in it is mostly casein, which digests slowly and provides a steady release of amino acids over 6 to 8 hours. This makes cottage cheese ideal as an evening snack, especially if eaten before bed. During sleep, your body fasts, and without available protein, it begins breaking down muscle tissue to support vital functions. But with a serving of cottage cheese, you give your body the fuel it needs to stay in repair mode all night long. Next, let's talk about a cheese you probably already love but never realize could support your muscles: Parmesan cheese. Especially the authentic aged variety is one of the most nutrient-dense cheeses available. 1 ounce of real Parmesan contains over 10 grams of complete protein, which is remarkable for such a small amount. What makes Parmesan truly special is its concentration of nutrients in a tiny serving. This is helpful for seniors who have smaller appetites or eat less overall. You do not need a large slice. Just 2 tablespoons of freshly grated Parmesan can deliver more protein than some whole meals. That's powerful nutrition in a small, manageable dose. During the aging process, which takes at least 24 months for authentic Parmigiano Reggiano, the proteins in Parmesan break down into smaller, more absorbable forms. That means it is already partially digested before you even eat it. For seniors with slower digestion or occasional stomach sensitivity, this makes Parmesan much easier on the system. Even more impressive, aged Parmesan contains virtually no lactose. That means even those who are lactose intolerant can usually eat it without discomfort. You get the benefits of milk protein without the bloating or digestive upset that some other dairy products can cause. Parmesan is also an excellent source of calcium, with 1 ounce providing about 25% of your daily needs. Calcium is not just important for bones. Every muscle contraction requires calcium to work properly. Without it, your muscles may feel weak or unresponsive. No matter how much protein you eat, several studies show that seniors with low calcium intake are more likely to experience sarcopenia, even if they meet their daily protein goals. One of the best things about Parmesan is how easy it is to use. You can sprinkle it over scrambled eggs, stir it into soups, top your vegetables with it, or enjoy small chunks with fruit or nuts. Just make sure you buy it fresh and grate it yourself. Pre-grated options often contain fillers and lack the rich flavor of the real thing. You do not need much. Just an ounce per day spread across meals can make a noticeable difference in your strength and recovery. That is one small handful with a very big impact. Now, let's explore the third cheese in our muscle building trio. Ricotta cheese might not seem like an obvious choice, but it has a secret weapon that sets it apart. Unlike most cheeses that contain mainly casein, ricotta is rich in whey protein, which is the fastest absorbing protein you can eat. Your body can begin using whey protein within 30 to 60 minutes, which makes ricotta ideal for those times when your muscles need protein quickly. This is especially useful after any kind of movement. Even a short walk around the block or some light gardening stimulates your muscles and creates an ideal window for muscle growth. Eating ricotta during this window gives your body the raw materials it needs, right when it needs them. Half a cup of whole milk ricotta contains about 14 grams of protein and a good mix of branched-chain amino acids, which are known to go directly to muscle tissue instead of being processed through the liver first. That means they work faster and more directly than other protein sources. Ricotta's texture is another major advantage. It is naturally smooth, creamy, and mild in flavor. Seniors who struggle with chewing or swallowing find it gentle and enjoyable. And it pairs well with both sweet and savory ingredients. You can mix it with a touch of honey and cinnamon and spread it on whole grain toast for breakfast, or stir it into a pasta sauce for dinner. Some people blend it into smoothies or use it in healthy desserts. Another often overlooked benefit of ricotta is its low sodium content. Compared to most cheeses, ricotta has far less salt, which makes it safer for seniors managing blood pressure or heart conditions. If you are trying to reduce your sodium intake but still want the benefits of cheese, ricotta is an excellent option. In one study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older adults who consumed about 3/4 of a cup of ricotta daily for 90 days experienced measurable gains in both muscle mass and balance. That is not just about getting stronger. It is about reducing fall risk, staying mobile, and feeling confident in your daily movements. You may be wondering how to fit all three cheeses into your meals without making big changes to your diet. The good news is each of them fits naturally into different parts of the day. For breakfast, try cottage cheese with fresh berries and a sprinkle of flaxseed. It's light, refreshing, and sets the tone for muscle growth after your overnight fast. At lunch, a generous tablespoon or two of Parmesan over a warm vegetable soup or a fresh salad adds flavor and function. Pair it with a whole grain sandwich or crackers, and you have a balanced, muscle-supportive meal. In the afternoon or evening, especially after a walk or stretching routine, blend ricotta with a few sliced peaches or a spoon of nut butter for a satisfying snack that delivers exactly what your muscles crave. Each of these cheeses brings its own strength to the table. Together, they form a simple but powerful approach to fighting muscle loss, sarcopenia. Naturally, you do not need to eat all three at once or every single day, but rotating them regularly into your routine will support your strength in a sustainable and delicious way. Eating the right food is only part of the solution. When it comes to muscle loss, sarcopenia, timing and consistency are just as important as the food itself. Your muscles do not just need protein, they need it at the right moments, in the right amounts, and paired with gentle activity to fully rebuild. Let's start with the morning, because this is where most seniors unintentionally set themselves back. After a full night of sleep, your body has gone without food for 8 to 10 hours. During that time, your system starts breaking down muscle tissue for fuel. Your first meal of the day is the opportunity to stop that process and reverse it. If you eat only toast and coffee, you are not giving your body enough protein to trigger muscle repair. But when you eat a high-protein breakfast, like one made with cottage cheese or ricotta, your body gets a powerful signal to start rebuilding. A great morning meal might be half a cup of cottage cheese with a sliced banana and a spoonful of walnuts, or you can blend ricotta with berries, a dash of cinnamon, and a small scoop of oats for a quick, satisfying start to the day. Aim for 25 to 30 grams of protein at breakfast. because research shows this is the minimum needed to fully activate muscle protein synthesis in older adults. Then comes lunch, a meal where many people eat light but forget to include protein. This is where Parmesan shines. Add an ounce of freshly grated Parmesan over a vegetable soup, salad, or sandwich. You can also mix ricotta into a dip and use it as a spread with whole grain crackers or fresh vegetables. The goal again is balance. You want at least 25 grams of protein at this meal too, which can include cheese alongside other foods like beans, eggs, or chicken. Your evening meal is important, but should not carry the entire burden of your protein intake. Many people over 60 follow what experts call the light, heavy pattern. Barely any protein in the morning, a little at lunch, then a large portion at dinner. The problem is your body can only use about 35 grams of protein at a time to build muscle. Any more than that simply gets used for energy or stored as fat. So instead of stacking all your protein at night, distribute it evenly through the day. At dinner, try incorporating ricotta into your pasta sauce to make it creamy and rich in protein, or add it to roasted vegetables like zucchini or bell peppers. Parmesan works beautifully as a topping on whole grain rice dishes or stir-fried greens. You do not need to reinvent your meals. You just need to add the right protein in smart amounts to keep your muscles supported from morning to night. Another powerful strategy is eating cheese within 2 hours after movement. Your muscles become especially responsive to protein right after activity, and you do not need to go to a gym for this to matter. A 15-minute walk, a short stretching session, or even light gardening counts as muscle-stimulating movement. If you follow that activity with a snack that includes cheese, your body is more likely to direct those nutrients straight into muscle repair. Here is an example of how to structure your day for optimal muscle rebuilding. You wake up, stretch for 5 minutes, and eat a breakfast of cottage cheese with fruit. Around midday, you take a walk and come back to a lunch that includes Parmesan and vegetables. Later, you do light housework and reward your effort with a snack made from ricotta and honey on whole grain toast. By dinner, you are already well on your way to meeting your protein needs. And your muscles have been fed and supported throughout the entire day. For seniors aiming to reverse muscle loss, sarcopenia, consistency beats intensity. You do not have to eat large quantities or make big changes. You just have to show up for your body every day with small, thoughtful actions. That means getting into the habit of keeping these cheeses in your home, making them part of your regular routine, and not skipping meals when your appetite is low. If you are concerned about sodium, pay attention to labels. Look for low sodium cottage cheese, which can have less than 100 milligrams per serving. Parmesan naturally contains more salt, but you can reduce your portion size and balance it with fresh foods like cucumbers or berries. Ricotta is generally low in sodium, making it a great option for people watching their blood pressure. The key is not to avoid cheese altogether. It is to choose wisely and eat in moderation. And finally, remember this, cheese alone will not save your muscles. Just like protein shakes or vitamins will not build strength without movement. But cheese, when eaten consistently and paired with gentle activity, becomes a simple and powerful ally. It is affordable, it is familiar, it is easy to prepare, and for seniors, it offers something more valuable than calories or taste. It offers a path back to strength, mobility, and independence. You do not have to be perfect. You just have to be present. Show up for your body with a spoonful of protein, a 10-minute walk, and a little bit of intention. Your muscles will listen, they will respond, and you will feel the difference. Imagine waking up 3 months from now and feeling more stable on your feet, stronger in your legs, and more confident in your daily movements. That change does not start with a miracle drug or an intense gym plan. It starts with something simple. It starts with 3 cheeses, eaten consistently and intentionally. If you add cottage cheese to your mornings, Parmesan to your midday meals, and ricotta after light activity, you are not just eating differently, you are telling your body every single day, that it is still capable of rebuilding strength, that it is still worthy of care, that your independence matters. The science is already clear, the methods are easy, and the results, if you stay consistent, can be real and lasting. This is your chance to fight muscle loss, sarcopenia naturally. With food that is nourishing, familiar, and deeply effective, you deserve to move with confidence. You deserve to carry groceries without strain, to climb stairs without hesitation, and to feel strong in your own body. And now you know exactly how to start. So go ahead, open your fridge, choose the cheese that fits your moment, take a small step, then do it again tomorrow. In 90 days, your muscles will thank you. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below with your favorite way to eat these cheeses, and let us know what changes you feel over time. Together, we can build strength one bite at a time.